I really didn't want to talk about the war because in every news outlet you can see the current events or what's going on right now on that unnecessary bloodshed and rampage that nobody asked for. Am I the only one who feels like that it's like the end time? Like, just think about it. The horsemen of the apocalypse. The first one was plague. The second is war. The third is famine. Have you heard that the food prices are going up? Because I certainly did. And what's next? So let's focus on what we can do. And right at this point is a corset. Quick disclaimer that I not often work from somebody else's pattern because I am a good enough pattern maker. When I do, it's for help or for fun. I frequently use a corset patterns from Arana Black because she is a treasure and her patterns are perfect. But now I decided to purchase this specific corset pattern. I just took the opportunity, and if it means a little help to someone, of course, why not? Help is help, doesn't matter how small it is. The reason why I decided to actually speak about the war because silence never helps the victim but the oppressor. So that's why we have to talk even if it's personal. This is very personal to me and I find very, very difficult to talk about it. So this is my favorite part of figuring out a pattern, to puzzle out the pieces and put them all together to see that it's going to form a corset once. It is just amazing. I am such a person who loves puzzle games. That was my childhood. I was a very brainy child. I was not a physically active child. I was a brainy child, and I frequently just sit by myself and work on some puzzles. And I'm vexed now that I find it really problematic just to sit down and work on a puzzle because I feel like I have to be productive all the time, and this is a plague on my mind that I feel I have to capitalize all my free time, and that's not true. That's absolutely not true. We have to have a time for ourselves to rewind. When we are putting together patterns, it's really, really important to match all the lines together correctly. And later to mark them on the pattern because we're not going to cut these pieces up. We're going to trace them on the tracing paper and then we're going to cut out from the tracing paper. Let's not forget all the seam allowances because that's a frequent problem. At this part, seam allowances are not added yet. So I have to add it when I am cutting it out from fabric. When we cut out from fabric, it's very, very important also to know where the grain line goes. Otherwise you're going to get a warp and then you're going to get some unnecessary ruching. that's how the grain is supposed to be. Mark it well and put the number in it, otherwise you're going to forget, just as I always do. Yes, now it's perfect. Such a wonderful piece. Let's line it up and see that we do have everything correctly cut out, marked, and put in order. I feel like it's a waste of time, but it's about precision. It's about tailoring, and we should not avoid it. Okay, so it is very, very, very advised to make a mock-up from this pattern. It is very, it's emphasized on the pattern instructions, and I am going to do that. However, I am not really big on making mock-ups because I feel like it's a waste of time. But it's about precision. It's about tailoring, and we should not avoid it. Because I'm a sucker for that. So definitely it needs some. Well, I know I have to make some adjustments, but after all, the mock-up is a mock-up, and it is to make adjustments. Okay, let's see. I am well aware that this fixed size pattern is not necessarily going to fit me, especially for a first time, but we are trying our best. Yeah, I see that I have to make some adjustments, and I decided to make some reductions on my waist because I'm a sucker for that. But not bad, not bad. I love the shape. I really love the shape. The debris after the first day. Isn't it wonderful? I used a method where I had all the 4 layers pinned together, and then I did sew all the 4 layers in one. I find this method very rewarding because I feel like this method results much more stronger seams. This is the thing before I started to embellish and put all the small things on it that is necessary. This fabric, this is a thrifted fabric, and when I was cutting it up, I was really amazed that I found this small thing on it. This is probably an heirloom piece, and the initials look hand stitched. I was so amazed. Okay, now we see how it comes to life. It feels like when I'm putting the boning in is such a magical moment, because from a mostly flat garment, you make something that has a body. It's giving it a soul, making it more of a garment than just a flat piece of fabric. Isn't it wonderful how it comes alive?
Come by.
So that's all for boning. We have to just lace it up and see if our calculations were wrong or just slightly miscalculated. Here is a prayer for the mighty sewing gods. Please, please, please. Please let me have this, okay? This pattern is amazing. And I just want it to be pretty.